Hi, everybody. I'm Dr. Brian Artis. This is the Dr. Artis Show, and I'm here to introduce you to a new product we've created called Foreign Protein Cleanse. Now, I'm going to take you through why I even formulated this. I actually had the team at Global Healing, which is Dr. Ed Group's company, help me source all of the plants and organic ingredients that you'll find in Foreign Protein Cleanse. And this was a compilation of a year and a half worth of research from around the world. What are the plants? What are the minerals? What are the elements that are found worldwide in nature that are able to help the body detox, destroy, and release venoms from the cells inside of a human body? So I literally went into research studies around the world on how do medicine men and women for generations, how do they actually protect individuals in the wild, in the jungles, in the forest of the world from snake bites, from scorpion bites, spider bites, those things that are traumatic, dangerous, and toxic enough to kill humans. What have they found in plants around the world and studied are those elements that protect all life on the planet from the deadly effects of venoms? And that is what's inside of Foreign Protein Cleanse. So let me go through what the ingredients are here so I can educate you real quickly on why it was every single ingredient was chosen. So when you look at the actual formula, you'll see the very first ingredient is wild crafted lobelia. For those of you who may not know what that is, wild crafted lobelia is otherwise known as Indian tobacco. Now that you know that, you may know why it is I actually wanted this plant. So this is an organic, wild sourced lobelia or Indian tobacco. Inside that plant are found many terpenes and wonderful components, including nicotine. And together, the synergistic components found in the tobacco plant together help magnify how effective the nicotine in that plant will be at helping to release the venoms and protect the nicotine receptors, which are the target for every virus and venom in nature. So every cell in the human body is laced with nicotine receptors, and this wild crafted lobelia is the very first plant we included in this mix to make sure we had something that was the most potent antidote to release both viruses and venoms. So that's why it's in there. Organic licorice root is the second component. If you haven't heard, during the last 4 years, there's been a lot of whispering and publishing about the blood clotting effects of SARS-CoV-2 virus and as a result of the COVID-19 vaccines. Well, there is a substance inside those vaccines used by the researchers called snake venom phosphodiesterase, which has a published blood clotting effect. Well, every venom on Earth actually creates and causes either blood clotting or blood thinning. The blood clotting effects are called procoagulants. Well, there's only one thing in nature that's actually published to destroy all 12 blood clotting factors in the human body that venoms initiate to form blood clots. And that is a substance inside of licorice root. That is why we put organic licorice root inside of Foreign Protein Cleanse. So that is why licorice root's in there. And the component in licorice root is called glycyrrhizin acid. What's the next component? Wild crafted wormwood. Wormwood is an anti-parasitic herb, which actually mimics the exact same action as the prescribed drug ivermectin. So during the pandemic, if you were following me during the 4 years of the pandemic, I would often talk about how you don't need hydroxychloroquine and ivermectin. You really just need wormwood, which is what those drugs were actually manufactured from. Wormwood also, like ivermectin, protects the nicotine receptors from venoms binding to them, which is why we found that the spike proteins of COVID identified to be king cobra venom and crate venom. This is why they published in April of 2020, DNA experts in France said this is why ivermectin is working, because it actually is a positive allosteric modulator of alpha-7 nicotine receptors in the body. And that's what the venom spike proteins are targeting. So that's why we included wormwood inside of our actual product, is because the constituents inside of it mimic the exact same actions as ivermectin. You don't need the prescription nor the side effects over time. All right, now the next substance in our actual Foreign Protein Cleanse is cinnamon cassia. This is the most popular, most manufactured and sold cinnamon source in America. Powdered cinnamon you would buy for your kitchen and use in your ingredients for cooking. Cinnamon has inside of it something called coumarin. And since the 1700s and 1800s, scientists have known that coumarin inside of cinnamon and tonka beans perfectly keeps the blood thinning and the viscosity or flowing of the blood more fluid in a human after a snake bite. Snake bites cause blood clotting, and they found coumarin in cinnamon and in tonka beans is what medicine men and women around the world and jungles around the world have used for years as a preventative agent of dying from blood clots after a snake bite victim, spider bite victim, or scorpion venom victim. The next product is actually mucuna extract. Now, mucuna prurines extract is an actual published plant that actually's constituents have been known for 50 years to block the phospholipase A2, which is a substance inside of COVID-19 patients and happened to first ever be isolated in king cobra venom. It is the one aspect of the venomous proteins that causes multiple organ failure in the prey of a venomous creature, no matter what it is. They're called phospholipase A2. Mucuna prurines extract blocks and inhibits phospholipase A2 from causing multiple organ failure and death in humans and all creatures. Then you have organic lemon balm. This is an actual herb, otherwise known as Melissa officinalis. And lemon balm by nature has been found to actually be one of the most potent, powerful antiviral, antibacterial plants on earth, and one of the most potent essential oils used to combat all viruses, including herpes simplex 1 that causes cold sores and fever blisters, shingles, which is herpes zoster, the chickenpox virus. It's actually published to do that also. There's not any viruses in nature that they have found that cannot be solved and resolved without lemon balm. So I wanted to make sure that was in there. Then we have turmeric. Turmeric is actually an herb, otherwise known as curcumin. And turmeric helps the liver detox all of its toxins, poisons, chemicals, you name it. So we knew the liver is the primary organ for detoxing out venoms and poisons and viruses. So we wanted to make sure we had turmeric, a published liver detoxing compound. But did you know also that turmeric has the ability to inhibit all venoms in the human body? That was something I recently learned. When venoms in the human body, or SARS-CoV-2 spike proteins, whatever you want to call them, block and bind to nicotine receptors, what they are doing is not allowing acetylcholine to transfer from one cell to the other to create neurological dysfunction, multiple organ dysfunction, skeletal muscle dysfunction. And this is why you see all the long hauler COVID symptoms and all the vaccine injuries. Cardiovascular problems, neurological problems, and cell toxicity called cytotoxicity. All of these are initiated by blocking something called acetylcholine. Well, one of the most incredible bioavailable forms of choline is called citicholine. Some people have also seen CDP choline. Same thing. We want to restore back to the body what the body needs to actually send the signals so the body functions normally after you release these venoms using the other products. Then you've heard a lot about nanotechnology and graphene oxide inside these shots. We put supercharged C60, which is a carbon molecule that Global Healings team and Dr. Ed Group have been able to help manufacture, source, and have. I asked them to make sure this was in our product, the Foreign Protein Cleanse, because if people are having nanotech sprayed in the air, water, food as a bioweapon, if it's been injected inside of a bunch of them, as we're trying to help remove the biological weapons, can we add supercharged C60 to dismantle the nanotech and to detox graphene oxide? And supercharged C60 is just the element published to do all of that. And then we have copper 1 is what it's called, abbreviated CU1. You'll see cuprous nicotinic acid is its full name. This is actually a form of copper, a plant-based form of copper. Why did we put that in there? The massive amount of chronic fatigue worldwide that's being reported with the COVID-19 shots and after having COVID are all published side effects of venom exposure and toxicity in the human being. When venom or glyphosate, which is a herbicide, pesticide used by Monsanto on 70% of the world's farms right now, when glyphosate and venom of any kind get inside the human body, both tell the cells of the human body to release copper and zinc out of the cells and suck in magnesium inside the cells. When you pull copper out of the cell, you're going to create an organ or a cell now that cannot manufacture ATP for energy, and it can't manufacture hydrogen peroxide to protect itself from infections or foreign invaders, parasites, fungi, bacteria, venoms, you name it. So we needed to add copper into this formula because the venomous aspects of snake venoms, all venoms, deplete copper out of the human body. So we need to put it back in. This is where this plant source of copper we recommend to put in there. The last ingredient inside of our Foreign Protein Cleanse is a substance called nanoparticle gold, actually liquid gold. And this is a technology that Global Healing introduced me to. I had to put it in our formulas because it is published that gold, nanoparticle gold, even after a king cobra bite, gold binds to venoms in the body of a mammal, which you are, a human, and helps to neutralize its toxicity and assist the body to detox the venom. So we made sure we included all of these ingredients. These are all the reasons why I did it. And that is what Foreign Protein Cleanse is. As they continue to distribute biological weapons around the world, like you learned at the Healing for the Ages conference, there are some of us trying to put together realistic, affordable solutions that everyone should have in their home to protect them from their biological weaponry. They have weaponized biology against us. And this is why we created Foreign Protein Cleanse. How do I recommend it? You actually open up the top, suck up 1 ml. There's markers on the dropper. You actually just shoot this in your mouth and follow it with water. But there's a lot of people that say it's very bitter, and it is. There's bitter plant extracts in here, like wormwood is very bitter. So what we do is at home, I actually don't put it in my mouth. I actually buy empty capsules. This is an empty capsule. I have a whole bag of them right here. You can buy them online or at Whole Foods. Empty 00 vegetable capsules. Now, what we do at home is we simply just take off the top of the lid. We actually take our Foreign Protein Cleanse. We suck up 1 ml, and then we inject it inside of the capsule. And it fills up to 1 ml. We close the bottle. And then we take our lid to our capsule, put it on. Now you've got your Foreign Protein Cleanse in a capsule. Put it in your mouth. Take a glass of filtered water. Swallow it down. You never have to taste it. All you get is the extreme benefits of Foreign Protein Cleanse. Get yours now at the Dr. Ardis Show. Subscribe. I would easily say it's worth having at least a month's worth of this at your home. For those of you trying to prevent foreign proteins from causing you to be sick, just so you know, all viruses are called either enveloped or unenveloped proteins. They're all foreign proteins. They don't belong inside of you. All venoms are proteins. Glyphosate, it's a foreign protein. This is why I created this, and this is why we titled it Foreign Protein Cleanse. Get yours today. God bless you, and we'll see you very soon.